Mm. And good evening. I'll tell you what a day, isn't it? It's been well lived. It's really raining today, and it's oh gosh.
Oh,
Oh. And also, I had problems with my hair. My carer came in today, and
okay.
um, and she gelled my hair, and it's in the right mess, and she left all the gel in it. And I haven't even had a shower and nothing to get it out. I just thought I'll leave it in here, and I
Oh,
thought, yeah. Anyway, good evening, Talia. Is it Talia?
Talia, yeah, short for Natalia. Just bear with me. I'm going to switch off my mic. I think it might be doing some interruption.
Okay,
There we go. Good.
okay. So, Talia, tell everybody about yourself.
Oh, where do I start? So, basically, I have been playing the accordion since age 7. And I have had, experiences like playing for the BBC. Like I played for children's. It was it's called Playdays. So I ended up playing for them, and I also did theatre for the RSC, so the Royal Shakespeare Company. And within that, I've been performing. This is doing feedback a little bit, so it's a bit off-putting. But let's try like that. So yeah, what can I say about myself? So I really dedicated myself to becoming a soloist and doing what I do, which is play the accordion alongside backing tracks. And I've been doing that for 4 years now. So going
What
on to
made
4
you?
years.
What made you do the accordion?
Good question. Everyone asks that. My dad, he's from Portugal, so he plays this concertina, it's called, which I think the Irish are quite used to that. They're these boxes, like accordion boxes. They work like the harmonica, so a bit to
All right.
the different to the accordion, where one note that you play out is different to the note that you play in. So it works like the harmonica.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you play because when did you start learning the when did you start learning
When I was
the
7 years
accordion?
old.
7 years old. God.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you manage accordion on you when you're 7 years old? I can imagine you
Uh,
carrying it around you.
Strength.
Yeah.
I think it's what they do is you go to the shops and then you try various ones out. So they actually do have small accordions for 7-year-olds and
Yeah.
so forth. And then you kind of get used to the weight.
Yeah.
The fact that you also learn sitting down, that's another thing.
Yeah. I
So
was
it's
gonna say.
easier on you.
I was going to say that. I was going to give you the question later on about that, about sitting down and doing all that. But the trouble is, see, you kind of like I've listened to some of your music and the
Oh,
backing
thanks.
tracks and
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love what you do. I think it's really good. And
Thank you.
I played some of your music on my radio station
Already?
already. Yes, I am
Oh,
not.
thank
I don't.
you.
Well, because that's what I do when I get my guests to come on. I put it on my radio. See, so
Oh, that's so kind.
yeah,
I'll
we
have to
do. Yeah.
listen to your radio station,
Oh yeah, you gotta. It's
Yeah, I know
good
that
to.
you do these live streams, but also the radio. I'd forgotten that you do that. That's amazing.
You're on radio at the moment as well.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So
Pressure's
you have,
off.
you have to behave yourself. Um,
Yeah, it looks like.
right, okay, so so you're not from the UK, are you?
Well, I was born in London,
Yeah,
though my parents and my grandparents are from
of
Portugal.
Portugal, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you born actually in the UK? You were, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. I've got to get my facts right. See, I don't.
That's all right. Like,
I
so I
get put.
had a real English upbringing, in terms of going to school, and I did used to go to Portuguese school like twice a week in the evening, so that I can also speak Portuguese. And Portuguese was a language that we spoke at home.
Right.
Also with the accordion, so I'm very influenced by the folk music from Portugal as well, because my father's quite crazy about it. Yeah.
You're a- you're answering questions that I was going to ask you. You're covering
I,
me.
I thought I'm a bit like that. I think I
Oh
should be
yeah.
interviewing myself. Sorry.
It's okay. Do not worry. Do not
I
worry.
tend to do that. It's naughty.
So what? Because we're all in lockdown. What you been up to lately then?
Well, I basically in 2019, I decided that I would do a CD of covers. So I created a CD of cover music. And then for 2020, as 2020 wasn't amazing as well, I've started to work on original music, which was already my dream. So that's already coming to the forefront. So I've got about 4 original songs now. And yeah, some of them are collaborations,
All
and
right.
other ones are just inspirations from what I feel and, trying to share things. And what I've also been doing are doing live concerts on Facebook,
Yeah.
where
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
also getting quite a good following. Also, actually, I would say from India. So I've been quite lucky to meet the right people, probably at the right time as well. Yeah.
India. Why India?
Do you know what? I think sometimes your life is a bit of a puzzle. And sometimes when you don't see things when they're happening, they actually relate after. So what I'm talking about is that in 2019, I went to Mumbai, India.
Right.
And I've always wanted to go to India, like for spiritual, you know, um, experiences as
Yeah.
well. And I did. The first thing I did was meet a monk. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I guess what's happened, I guess, in 2020 is that somehow an Indian guy who owns a firm in India and Dubai and England has a huge following, and said that in 2020, he wants to get like, how do you say, lots of shows online for his Indian community that are in Dubai, that are in India, in England as well, but that listen to all types of music. And I guess what they're looking for is for things that aren't mainstream. So I guess that's what I come under, and that, and also they want to big artists like me, that love literally doing what they do for a job and spreading. That's what we do. So
Well done.
yeah,
Well done.
thank
Well done.
you, well done you as well.
With your with your music then, because sometimes they're just some of them are covers and
Yeah.
some of them are kind of like songs that you've experienced life with. Um, how long does it take you to write a song?
Oh, that's interesting, because when you say write a song, like, do you mean just the lyrics,
Well,
or do you mean
all of it.
writing?
I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they said to me that they always got a notepad in their hands, and
Yeah.
every time they go for a shower or go to the loo or whatever, they get all of a sudden they get an inspiration. Come on, and say right,
Mm,
okay, I'm writing that down.
definitely. I would say, like, sometimes it's from stuff that you might feel angry about, things in the world that are happening, things in your own life, in your own family and stuff like that, that you can't actually, this is what I feel, is that sometimes what I can't voice talking, I can actually create it in a song. And I think it's those moments where you just feel like that, like you said, you spoke to that person that goes to the toilet or whatever. I normally get it when I'm in the shower as well. That can happen. Also when I'm sleeping, when
Yeah.
we just wake up from sleeping and just, right, I've got an idea and I just feel strong about it. I don't know why that can
Yeah.
happen. But the other thing is that there are also scheduled music writing things that I do. So I say like 2:00, I'm going to be doing writing, and then you collaborate maybe with someone on the other side, which is so, how can I say, it's convenient now that we can do it over the internet as well. So no matter where we are.
Yeah.
And we do it like that. So we schedule almost music writing in, because, Steve, then there's that whole thing of thinking of the melody as well. Then there's got to be that involved.
Yeah.
What type of rhythm, what type of style do you want this music to be? So I think it can take time. It's a work of art, almost like bringing a baby up and having it, coming to fruition. You've got to basically, a bit like a plant, I guess, as well, like watering it with your ideas here and there.
You seem to be very spiritual person. Spiritualist? Sorry, spiritual. Sorry.
I don't know.
Are you spiritual?
People have said to me, like even my own sweet little cousin, she said to me, "Oh, you're so spiritual." She said this years ago, and I was like taken aback thinking, am I? And it might be, yeah, I believe in the positive. I believe in the good. I believe that we can be healing. Yeah, I believe that there's a God, there's a creator, and that we are the vessels of that. So any goodness, any godlike stuff can also work through us, and which I think it does in general. Like we do know a lot of things already, and I think like things like meditating, which I did already for a few years now. More than 10 years. I feel that's really helped me, because it's all that little extra talk that sometimes doesn't need to be involved in that. The real stuff is not that self-talk all the time that can talk you down. But again, it's a walk of life, isn't it? Like some days are going to be great, some days are going to be low, and we've actually got to be okay with that as well, because we're only human.
We are. That's it. We're only human. Let's get to the BBC, shall we? BBC. Now, what happened with the BBC then? You were on BBC, weren't you? And I bet that was interesting.
It was really interesting. Coming from an immigrant family, I don't know. I didn't sometimes deal very well with the overwhelm of things. So, for example, when I got a call from my accordion teacher, and I was only young, so I was in secondary school, about, I think, how old was I then? 12 years old. And so the conversation between my teacher and my mum was like, "Oh, Natalia wants to go on TV." When mum then asked me the question, I was like, "Yeah, I want to go on TV, of course." Like, you're just like, TV. It's amazing. But then the whole thing is when they pick you up, the chaperones, they come in the start car, they pick you up, you get driven. And at 13, like I was just, or 12 or 13, I was like,
you were overwhelmed.
I had nobody to tell me like what's it going to be like? Almost like, I think as humans, we're used to routine and knowing where we're going, someone telling us. But I didn't have that, which I don't see as a bad thing. But I was definitely nervous, and I wonder if it was due to that. Yeah.
And after that, because you did quite well on that, didn't you, on the BBC? That was really good. That turned out to be okay for you, didn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And after the BBC, what happened after the BBC?
I played at the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Yeah, see? And how about that? That must have been really good, wasn't it, at the Shakespeare Company?
Steve, you've nailed it. It really was.
Yeah.
I really prefer theatre, to TV. Because TV, okay, it's one of those things, you go behind the camera, you got to repeat. It's almost like you don't really have that live audience. And for me, Steve, what I've noticed is that I'm a person that needs audience. Like whatever I'm giving, I need to feel it, coming back. It's like a real whole circle. And that's what we got at the theatre. It was like we were performing and we were going on the stage. coming off the stage, but you could see it was all full, and it was for the production of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and they had really amazing tricks in it. As a kid, I was just like, oh my God. And then you could see how they do the tricks backstage while they were rehearsing, so it was an amazing experience. We used to go through the seats.
What was it like? Because you were in your teens, weren't you? You were like 12 or 13.
13. Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
And what was it like to be on stage in front of all those people?
It was an amazing experience. It was amazing.
I bet it was.
It can be, obviously you're going to be a bit nervous, but because I was also with a group of other children, it felt good. And because we had rehearsed, and it felt magical. I think that's what I like to remember it as. And also because there was always fun, happening even behind the stage, and when there were rehearsals going on, the chaperone would say to us all, right, you're going to go through the seats. You're going to put your hands down the seats. See if you can find any pound coins. Because at that time, you'd have the men that have their trousers, and any pounds that would fall off would be doing that during rehearsal of whoever's other part is not our rehearsal, but somebody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was fun, We were really well looked after. Yeah.
And after that, then, what did you do after that?
Oh, after that, well, I guess I did my GCSEs. I decided to study languages. So I did Portuguese, German, did French. And then I went to uni in Manchester. But I always carried my accordion. So that was always like if we had any festivals or any, how can you say, like festivals that they do at the universities. I would always perform, and anything that I could be in. I was also in a little theatre production whilst at uni. There's stuff like that. And then I came back, and then there's just so much to it. I stopped the languages. I looked for children. I wanted to connect with children, and through that I connected to my inner self, and I found that really I have to go back to music, which I had not really left anyway. It was always like a hobby.
Yeah. So after that, then, so you've done all this. You've gone through everything.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of like, you've recorded some music. You've got a CD out, haven't you? You got a CD out?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And I'm sorry.
I could have it with me.
Do you?
I could get it. I could.
Go on and show everybody your CD.
Yeah.
Go on then. Go on, yeah. So while Talia's gone, I just want to tell you we have got more shows coming up tomorrow, by the way. So look out for that, and look out for the website.
Here I am.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Sorry about that. Wasn't in the place that I thought.
It's okay. I'm just telling people about my shows for tomorrow. So you got a CD?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And where can people get your CD to?
Yeah, you can, how can you say? You can go to my website, taliamusic.uk.
Right.
And you can send me a message on the contact form or send me your address. And there's a PayPal link right at the end. You just fill that. And it's £12, including postage and packaging.
That's not bad. So don't forget to get your CD. And if you ask her nicely, she will kind of probably sign it for you too.
Oh. Yes,
Yeah,
I will.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, yeah. So, and when she comes more famous, you send them. You send them all to me, so I can sell it.
Hey,
I'll sell. I'll sell them on eBay then for top price. Um,
there you go. Good ideas.
just a couple more questions, really. What's the most embarrassing moment?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So my most embarrassing moment, I think, was when I was at uni, and I used to do a part-time job working in like a kind of pizza express, and I used to like welcome people in. I think they call it front of house.
All
And
right. Yeah.
I went on a break, and the chef upstairs was just finishing his break. Now you can imagine these like round stairs in the back. He's up, just finished his fag. Off goes his butt, throws his butt right to the end of the stairs. I start my break, and I sit on that butt.
Oh
You know,
no.
that cigarette butt. Yeah, it was the most hottest thing on my bottom, and I was just like, it kind of burnt. I went to check; it was actually on my skin, so there was a hole through my trousers, knickers, and then and so then what happened was that I had to literally do my whole shift with this like little hole in my trousers. There you go.
Oh, well,
It's
well,
embarrassing.
at least you got a bit of fresh air. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. We got some questions here for you. Here we go on my off my radio site. Um, is it difficult with the accordion when you're sitting down? You're taking my questions away. I was just about to ask her that. Is it difficult?
Sitting down.
Yeah, with the accordion.
I would say it's harder standing up.
Right. Okay. What's
So
it
I
like
do
when you're
prefer it
sitting?
sitting down.
Yeah. Yeah. What's it
You
like
have to
sitting
have
down?
like yeah, sitting down. You do have to have a kind of angle. So you see, I'll just get my accordion now, for example, and this is the kind of size I was playing when I was 7 years old. So it's a tiny one. So Steve, this bit here
Yeah.
here would have to go on your right inner thigh. So it lies on your right inner thigh, and maybe so like this, your chin's hitting that. So the beginning of the white keyboard here, more or less half.
All right.
Yeah, as long as it's on the right inner thigh, and then you just let the bellows. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but I'll keep it simple.
Gosh, it's better enough playing the piano than anything else. Um,
Yeah.
what what other musical instruments do you play?
Well, you just kind of named one. I do a bit of piano, but because my fingers, before the accordion, they're quite bent for a piano. So when I
Right.
go and play the piano, and I've had lessons on piano, the guys are like, "Look, keep your fingers straight." But to be honest, Steve, I'm quite fluent on the right hand
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I've got the keyboard one. But I'm quite limited on the left. I
Yeah.
also learnt trumpet for 5 years when I was at school, and I loved it. Although I always wanted to play saxophone, but they didn't teach it at my school.
Well, you can still get it taught, can't you? You can
Yeah, I
still get it.
could. I
Yeah, you
could.
can do.
We need
Yeah, but
another lockdown.
you're both good. Please, no, we don't need another lockdown. Don't do it to me, please. Don't.
Got to find
Uh,
something to do.
you're funny. You're really funny. What else is it? Oh, can Natalia play some accordion for us? Well, what we usually do, we usually have a guest on first, then she usually gets asked to come back again and play for us for a while. So, but if I ask her nicely, I might be able to get a tune out of her. Can you play a bit of a tune for us?
Yeah, I'd love to play you a song that I normally perform. I've got my amp all ready.
Go on then, carry on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, let's give it. Let me know if the sound is okay.
Yeah,
I'm going
will
to take
do.
my headphones off now. So can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So one song that I always perform is called Love Is All Around.
All right. Okay.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. Oh yes, me those toes. Love is all around me, so the feeling grows. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. So if you really love me, come on and let it show. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. It's all my love, can't depend. I see your face before me as I lay on my bed. I cannot get to thinking of all the things you said. You gave your promise to me, and I gave mine to you. Is everyone waving their hands at home? So if you really love me, come on and let it show. Woo! You know I love you, I always will. Come on, my mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. It's all my love, can't depend. It's written on the window, everywhere I go. So if you really love me, love me, love me, come on and let it show. Come on and show me your love, and let it show me your love by waving your hands. Come on and let it, come on and let it, come on, come on, come on, come on, let it show. Come on and let it show. Thank you, everyone. Feel it in my fingers, wiggle your fingers, I feel it in my toes. Can you wiggle your toes? Come on, I know you can. Love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. So if you really love me, come on and let it show. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. It's all my love, you can't depend. Come on, let's feel the love. So it's the window where I go. So if you really love me, love me, love me, come on and let it show. Come on and let it, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on, let it show. Come on and let it show. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. It's all my love, you can't depend. It's written on the window where I go. So if you really love me, love me, love me, come on and let it show. Come on and let it, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on, let it show. Come on and let it show. Oh, come on and let it show.
Well done.
My sweet.
Well done. You're very talented, aren't you? You're very talented, aren't you?
Hi.
Hi. I'm just saying, you're very talented, aren't you?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a lovely song. It's really nice. I was going to go, boogieing all night, you know, I
Yeah,
love a good.
thank you. I saw you.
Yeah, I like a nice boogie, gotta get in there, ain't you? Nice boogie. So, where you gone now? You disappeared again. Oh, she's back again.
Here
Right,
I
okay. Oh, here I am. Yes, here I am. Yeah. Um. s- So, how many songs have you got on your CD then that people can listen to?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's eight songs.
8 songs.
And they're a variation of songs because I also sing in Spanish. So I've also got like Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And then I got a bit of Fly Me to the Moon, mixture of that.
Fly.
And the one that I did now, Love Is All Around.
Okay. Good. Good. Because what is your favourite song you like singing?
Ah.
See.
I really like Lionel Richie. Something about his voice, he's so real, like when he sings. So have I told you lately that I love you?
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
really like that one.
Do you? I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you sing any Elvis songs?
I don't think I do, but I could do. I could definitely learn like an
Yeah.
Elvis song.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done like care homes also. And they normally do say like, oh, do you know Elvis? So I should really get onto that. At least one.
So yeah, I was just about to come on to things again. When you do care homes and when you do other places like gigs and everything, do you ever get people come up to you and go, "Can you play a particular song?" or is it you got something planned for that such event?
See, you say I'm talented, but it's not always that. It's like I'm coming more from the planned. So it's like I go there and I've got like this set list that I've been working my ass off. And then you get someone say, oh, could you play that? And I'm like, throws me right off. I'm like, well, and then I must say, I do go home and I look it up and I see, is this within my range? And then I learn. So I can learn
Yeah.
an extra one. And that's what I'm doing also to keep my repertoire alive. You don't want it stagnant, you
No,
know.
you don't want to keep playing the same songs all the time, do you?
No, that's a killer. I would say that's a killer of the soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is your plan after the COVID? Have you got anything planned?
You know, it's interesting, Steve. I don't really think of like having a plan, a major plan. I think already my journey as a musician is already so precious that I've got to take it day by day with little goals in mind, of course, like finish this song and finish that song. But I think only until I can say, okay, I've got about another 8 songs ready, I can then think about what's my next journey, And then it all depends what we can do. Can I try with it? Can I get this, or is it that in the meantime you meet someone who can spread the word and do all that other work for you, while I can concentrate on making more music or whatever, wherever life takes me. I'm quite kind of open to that and not
Right.
having like such a rigid,
Yeah.
but knowing that I feel very good doing what I do. So
Yeah.
I do sometimes think, oh, I hope that I do carry on doing this because I know that it's had so many good effects on people, like people that have gone through depression and they listen to me either live or on my live concerts and they say, wow, like you've made a difference, to my day. And even if I make one difference, that's just amazing. And keeps me going on, keeps me doing what I do.
Yeah, I've watched
Yeah.
your lives. I've really watched your lives, and I love them. And
Really?
oh yes, I really do. I kind of like when I watch
Thanks.
when I watch it, I just sit at the back and I don't say nothing. I don't even go high or nothing like that. I keep quiet and
Yeah.
and I'm listening and I'm thinking she's very talented, really good, really, really, really good. But but then I'm thinking, let's have a look at all the comments and people are saying, "Oh, can you play this song? Can you play that song?" And sometimes I'm feeling sorry for you because you're trying to please everybody.
Mm,
You know what I mean? But when you do go live and you
yeah.
do it, you really mean what you're doing. You really, when you're singing, your heart's in it. When you're playing, your heart's in it. There's other people who do lives and their heart's not really in it. You know what I mean? Do you get what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say?
that's really, that. First of all, I must say I'm so grateful to be having this interview with you. Second
Thank
of
you.
all, I'm so grateful for your honest and great feedback, because I do come from that place of honesty. I come from, if I look at my roots, like just my dad performing in his village and just doing it just because for the love of it and to bring people together. And I think that's what music does. And it brings
Mm,
people. That for me is my biggest happiness, is to see what, and it always has been that. When I was
yeah.
small and I used to get in a room with all my family and see them dancing and see the power of what even an accordion can do, and everyone singing, it's so powerful. So I
Yeah.
really thank you so much for your feedback. I'm going to carry on this journey because I know and I feel this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Oh yeah, of course you are. You know what you're doing, but you.
Oh, that's so
I
kind.
just wish you, I wish you all the best. What we usually do is we'd love you to come back and do like a concert for
Yeah,
us, if it's
of
possible.
course.
All right. So
Yes, I'd love to.
when we finish, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass you on to somebody else, and they will take you to, they'll book you in and all that lot and do everything else.
Okay.
And what we do, but thank you very much for your time. It's,
Thank you.
you're very talented. Do not give up on your dreams.
I wondered, Steve, if it is talented. If the word talented, yeah. I wonder if it's a mixture of passion and commitment, and then
You know,
boom, you've got the
do you know,
talent.
Talia? You know what you got? I'll tell you what you got, and I'll be honest. I'm always honest to everybody who come. I've done 260 shows now, and I started last July. When I first started, I started in July, and I did it for people who was depressed, for mental health, and for people who was lonely. Then in
Oh,
around about in November, it just kicked off. People were loving it. They were watching it. They said, "Can you spread it out to everybody?" So, and that's what I've done.
oh,
All right. So, and I'll tell you what I'm going to say now is to you is the truth. You are a very gifted person, very gifted.
thank
And
you.
when you got a gift, you do not chuck it away. It's like your mum, or your parents would give you a nice little gift when you were young, and you keep it in a little box, and you bring it out now and again, and you think, "Oh, that's nice," and it's like a gift. You got a gift of playing your accordion. You got a gift of your singing, and do you know what? When you go around all these homes and everything, and kind of like singing and playing your accordion, you're making a lot of people happy and smile.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
you're putting people in a good place. That's what you're doing. Okay. So
Thank
never ever give up on your dreams. Keep going.
Oh,
Honestly. Okay.
thank you so much. It's
Thank
been
you very
wonderful
much.
being here.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Thank you for your words.
we'll have you back again. Don't you worry. We don't give up on people. We love having people back.
I
Anyway,
love your
thank you.
logo. Never give up.
Oh yes, yes. We never give up. We got a be kind page, never give up page. We got
Yeah, that's what you're about.
well, we got to be kind, don't we? We got to
Yeah,
be kind, and we
definitely.
we got to love one another. That's what we got to do. And
Yes. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so
okay,
much.
thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
don't forget, everybody, buy Talia's CD. It's only it's worth buying. See, look, there you go. Look, look, that's a picture of Talia when she was around about. Well, I can't remember. I think she was 50 in that one. 50. Um, uh,
Thank
don't
you.
forget to buy a CD. Go on to her, follow her on. All the information will be on my website later on. And don't forget, we have on our radio site at the moment. I think Talia is number 10 on our list. Get her down to number 2 because I love her
Wow.
music. So yeah, oh yeah, we do things right here. We do. So anyway,
Amazing.
guys, don't forget keep following her until tomorrow. Bye bye, bye bye, Talia. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. That was Talia, and gosh, I never could play the accordion. Oh, but there you go. You know, I might know some words. Some singing voice thing. Well, there you go. Thank you very much for joining me tonight on Crossroads. And yes, stay safe, everybody. Got the virus out there, nasty one. But until then, goodbye, God bless, and take care, and see you on the next adventure. Bye bye.